Hi, I'm so glad you're here, my fabulous first graders and all my other friends. Thank you for coming and watching this read aloud of Harry and the Lady Next Door by Jean Zion and pictures or illustrations by Margaret Bloy Graham. Now, this is a little bit of a longer book, so you may need to pause it and come back and watch the rest of it. And I'm going to give you some time, my students, to pause the video and make sure you have your book handy. Okay? Ready, set, hajime, go. Oh, you took forever. I'm so glad you're finally back. I'm just kidding. Okay. Now, remember, you might need to listen to this a few times, and I'm trusting that you're going to follow along using your finger and looking at the pictures. You might need to look at the pictures the first time through, the second time go with your fingers, and our goal in the end is to be able to read as much of it as we can by ourselves independently, but it's okay if we don't get there as long as we do our personal best. So when we open the book, anybody remember what we call this? That's right. This is the title page. I wonder who Harry is. Oh, then this gives us the author and the illustrator. Do you know who Harry is yet? I think I have an idea, but in another story, and I mean it, Stanley, I was completely surprised by who Stanley was in the end. Okay. Ooh, this is a table of contents. We find this a lot in chapter books, and we find this in nonfiction or real books about real things so that it can organize their thoughts. So if this has multiple chapters in it, it has 4. And so if you had to stop reading, you could always find your place again if you made it to the end of the story or the chapter. Okay, so the first one is called The Party. Harry was a white dog with black spots. Oh, good, now I know who Harry is. He loved all his neighbors, all except one. He did not love the lady next door. The lady next door sang. She sang high and loud. When she sang, Harry's ears hurt. Okay, I know some of you right now are going, boy, when Miss Molinari sings, especially when she takes attendance, it hurts my ears. And Dr. James, I know I made your cat run away. I scared your cat. Okay, enough about me. Let's get back to the story in the lady next door. Okay, page 11. She sang higher than the peanut whistle. When she sang, the peanut man put his hands over his ears, not his ears over his hands. Page 12. She sang louder than the siren on the fire engine. When she sang, the firemen put their hands over their ears. She sang higher and louder than the cats sang. When she sang, the cats ran away. Page 14. Harry tried everything to make her stop. He howled under her window. His friends howled too, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. One day, Harry's family gave a party. They invited the lady next door. She came with her music. Do you know what's going to happen? When she started to sing, Harry almost bit her leg, but he bit the leg of the piano instead. The family sent Harry out of the room. "You are a bad dog," they said. Harry just wagged his tail. As he walked to the door, some people said, "Poor Harry." But others whispered, "The lucky dog." Why do you think some people would think that Harry was a lucky dog to be able to leave the room? I want you to think, do you think everybody likes the lady next door's singing? Page 18. When Harry pushed the door open, the wind blew in. It blew the pages of music off the piano. They blew all around the room. Everyone tried to catch the music, but no one could. The pages blew out the door and into the garden. They blew over the fence and up into the trees. Harry caught some of the pages, but he did not bring them back. He ran away with them. And that was the end of that story. That was a little abrupt, but but I guess I see it now that the lady next door came over and um, she was singing and all the pages blew away. But if you look at the pictures, uh, the story is still going on. The title on page 20 is Harry's First Try, but the story is still going. It's another chapter. It's not a whole new story. He ran until he came to a quiet spot. He dropped the music and lay down. Soon he fell asleep. In a little while, something woke Harry up. All around him were cows mooing. They mooed very low notes. Harry listened. He thought the cows made beautiful music. He had never heard anything so soft and low. He wished the lady next door would sing like the cows. Suddenly, Harry had an idea. Page 24. He rounded up all the cows. He barked at their heels. Down the road they went. Harry barked and the cows mooed. They ran on and on. They ran down the main street of town. They passed the school, the library, and the firehouse. When they came to Harry's house, the lady was still singing. Harry ran ahead and stopped the cows. They went on mooing. They mooed and mooed and mooed. They all mooed, soft and low. The cows mooed for a long time, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. Harry's family called the man who owned the cows. He came and took them home. That night, Harry slept in the doghouse. He got in trouble. Oh, the top of page 30, there's another title, Harry's Second Try. Well, what was Harry's first try and what was he trying to do? Oh, you're right. He was trying to stop the lady next door from singing. Why? Why does he want to stop the lady from singing? Oh, yeah, because it hurts his ears. And what was his first try? Moo. Oh, that's right. He brought the cows. Okay, page 30. Let's see Harry's second try. The next day, the lady next door sang some more. Harry's ears hurt more than ever. He went for a walk. After he had walked for a long time, he heard a wonderful sound. Now look at the picture and listen to what I say and see if you can guess. Oompa, 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 oompa. It was low and lovely. Let's see. Then Harry saw what it was. It was the big horn in the firemen's band. The big horn was even softer and lower than the cows mooing. Harry walked along listening. He wished the lady next door would sing like the big horn. Then he saw the leader of the band. The leader threw his stick into the air. Harry watched. Suddenly, he had an idea. Now, if you watched the video, and I mean it, Stanley, I used a word in the beginning, the word mischievous. That's also when I thought Stanley was the boy. Mischievous. I want you to think about that word. It means gets into trouble a lot. And think about what Harry might do in a second. Page 34. The next time the stick went into the air, Harry caught it. Harry ran in front of the band. The leader ran after Harry, and the band ran after the leader. Do you know Harry's plan? Page 36. Soon the leader was all out of breath. He stopped running, but the band ran after Harry. The men played as they ran. Harry led them all down the main street of town. They passed the school, the library, and the firehouse. I bet you know where they're going. Page 38. Harry stopped the band in front of the lady's house. She was still singing. The big horn player played even softer and lower than before. He blew and blew and blew right under her window, but it did not do any good. The lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. When the leader got there, he had Harry's family with him. Harry gave the stick back. That night, he slept in the doghouse again. Page 42. Ooh, the contest. Let's see. A few nights after that, the family took Harry to the park. They were going to hear the firemen's band. The family knew that Harry liked the big horn. They got to the park and sat down. A light shone on the stage. The people were quiet. They waited for the music to begin. Harry closed his eyes and listened. He waited for the big horn. He waited for the soft, low notes. But the low notes never came. Instead, a man came out. "Good evening, friends," he said. "The band will not play tonight. The big horn player is all out of breath." My friends, do you know why the big horn player might still be out of breath? Almost at the bottom of page 44, the word that starts with I, instead. Instead, we shall have a singing contest, and here are the ladies who will sing. Everyone clapped when the ladies came out. On the end of the line was the lady next door. Harry took one look and ran off. He was almost out of the park when he heard something. Blurp, 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 blurp. It was low and beautiful. Harry stopped and listened. It was even softer and lower than the cows and the big horn. He wished the lady next door would sing like this. Blurp, blurp. Page 48. Then he saw where the sound came from. It came from inside a watering can. Suddenly, Harry had an idea. He took the handle of the can in his mouth, and then he ran with it. What do you think might be in the can that could make blurp blurp sound? Page 50. When he got back to the bandstand, he walked quietly up the stairs. The lady next door was singing. Harry put the watering can on the floor behind her. I don't think this is going to have a good result, but I don't know. Page 52. Soon the lady sang a very high note. Then something happened. Two frogs jumped out of the can. One jumped on the lady's head. The other jumped on her shoulder. The other ladies in the contest shrieked and ran from stage. But the lady next door went on singing. She sang higher and louder than ever. Page 54. When she finished her song, everyone shouted, "Hooray!" The judges whispered together. Then one of them spoke. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, "the other ladies in the contest have all gone home. So the lady next door wins the singing contest. She is a brave lady." Remember, it's slanty, the word brave. She wins first prize. It means she can study music in a far-off country for a long time. Page 56. Everyone clapped and clapped. Harry barked and barked. He was the happiest of all. In the middle of all the fuss, the frogs hopped home. I hope you see them on page 57. The frogs hopped home. Page 58. Soon the time came for the lady next door to go away. Harry went to the ship with the family to see her off. You notice everybody's smiling. "Goodbye, goodbye," everyone shouted. Harry wagged his tail. The lady next door started to sing a goodbye song, but no one ever heard her. Just as she sang the first note, the ship blew its foghorn. It was a deep, low, wonderful sound. As the ship moved away from the dock, other boats blew their foghorns too. Harry thought it was the most beautiful goodbye song he had ever heard. Look at page 64, the end. So in the end, Harry, being mischievous, helped the lady next door win first prize so she could go to a faraway country and practice and become better at her singing. So in the end, he helped her kind of in a roundabout way. I don't know if I'd want to be helped by having frogs put underneath me. And don't you get any ideas? Yo te amo. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I'll see you real soon. Adios.